All right, here we are, Marty Mizzardino and Dean Phillips from Werx. We are actually going to watch Dean's world record attempt in the 3K pursuit, and we'll have Dean comment as he's watching the video to see what's going on. So what we're looking at right now, as you can see at the start, Dean, welcome home, and I guess we'll figure out what's going to happen at the end. So you're getting ready to start, and what's going on in your mind?
Yeah, so right now I'm in the starting blocks out there. I'm getting ready to do my standing start. They ask, are you ready to go? Your bike's ready, everything's secured, and then they start the countdown. That's when the video starts, and there I'm off. And so you start in a really big gear. It's a fixed gear bike, so you only have one choice of gear. It takes a few slow pedal strokes to get going, but generally by now on the back stretch I'm getting up to full speed. I'll get in the aero bars by turn 3 there. So now I'm in the aero bars. You're generally still accelerating now, and I'm about to finish lap 1, and then Rob will yell my split for the first lap. And in this case, it was a little fast for the first lap. Some of it's because it's a fast track, but I relaxed a little bit more than usual for the second lap, and it's very easy to overdo it at this point. You have 12 laps, and a lot of guys go out too hard.
How fast are you going at this point? You're up to speed, you're settled in. How fast are you going?
At this point, you're going almost 35 miles an hour for the cruising speed. It doesn't look like it because the track's so big, but generally about 35 miles an hour. My cadence is about 115 RPM. I'm probably on about lap 4 now. I remember I got the second lap split. It was a little slower because I backed off too much. So by lap 4, I get back down to the target pace, and now you're getting into that mode where it's starting to burn, and you're trying to figure out, can I go a little bit harder, or do I need to back off? And
now you don't have a power meter number to look at or a speed and cadence. This is all by Rob yelling lap split times, and you doing instant calculations on are you on pace or off pace, right?
Exactly. And we have electronic timing, so I can visibly see my actual lap split. I was targeting 16.2 second laps. Rob will also yell out my lap split each time. And that's really the only feedback you have to know how fast you're going. And you do enough of these and model things, and you generally know about where you should be and what's needed to actually set the world record. And at this point, I'm still on pace, but it's getting much harder than I thought it would be.
Yeah, you're 2 minutes in right now. Are you suffering yet? Like really suffering?
Yeah, by this point, I feel you get to the halfway point. Unless you're completely blowing up, you can start thinking about counting the laps to go. And basically, by 4 laps to go, I'm starting to go all out. And all that means is it doesn't mean you're speeding up at all. It means you're going all out just to hold on to the same pace. Your breathing is just frantic, hyperventilating, your throat's really burning at this point, and obviously your legs are screaming. There's all kinds of lactic acid in your body, but you're truly just focused on the pace and getting that next lap split to be where you want it to be. I think we have, I don't hear them, but we probably have 2 or 3 laps to go, and at this point you really want it to end, but you're just completely driven by the chance to break the record. I knew I was on schedule. And my laps were slipping at this point with about 4 to go. You'll probably hear the bell. They'll ring a bell.
Guys are like yelling, like they know you're on pace.
Yes, it's just a matter of I knew I could get the 11th lap on pace. There's the bell, so 1 lap to go. And it's a fixed gear bike, so at this speed, the bike itself carries you most of the way. You just try not to slow down at all the last lap.
Do you know if you're going to get the record at this point?
I'm confident I'm on pace, but at this point, all you care about is finishing and then doing something else, once this thing's over. So he did give me the final split down. It actually wasn't a bad last lap. I would have thought it was slower, but I take a few laps to slow down, and it actually took me a while to get off the bike. And it's at altitude, so I feel like it wrecked me a little bit more than usual.
So did you get the world record?
I did. So the record was 3 minutes, 24.9 seconds. I went at 3:22.7, so a full 2 seconds under. So I was really happy with that.
Average speed about?
After the standing start, it was close to 35 miles an hour.
And what power?
Yeah, the power is a lot of folks ask me about power, and it's at altitude, so it's a little bit less. So my last 3 minutes was about 400 watts, and I think the whole thing was 435, yet at sea level it's about 500, so you can see about a 15% power drop being at 6,200 feet altitude, but the lower aerodynamic drag of the faster track more than offsets that. At least in this case it did.
How's it feel to hold a world record?
It feels great. I'm glad it's done. I'm really glad I did it. And but it doesn't stop there. You know, I'm already looking forward to the next events, but it feels great to get that done and just focus. My next race will be the Masters Track Worlds in Los Angeles, so that's in October. So I get to focus on that now.
Well, on behalf of all your partners here at Werx, all your family, friends, everybody on Facebook, Twitter, all social media, so happy for you. Congratulations. We're so proud of you.
Thank you.